Mastering high-performing teams with Kirk Peterson. Weekly insights and expert strategies to help leadership teams become high-performing teams.
Director of Performance Shift, Kirk Peterson. Always lovely to see you on a Thursday evening, Kirk. I want to ask you tonight about the difference between being a manager and a leader.
Yeah, Dal, managers and leaders, a lot of the times people use those words interchangeably, and they're not an interchangeable word.
Yep.
So managers manage things commonly known as tasks, and it's really, really important to do that. But leaders, they also manage things commonly known as tasks, but have to do a bit more. And they've got to inspire their people. And that's the big demarcation. It's very people-centric, not just task-centric.
Something that we're going to speak about in upcoming episodes and shows is around emotional intelligence. Already what you've just said to me makes me think if you want to be a leader, you need to have great emotional intelligence. True or false?
Yeah, stop reading my notes. So emotional intelligence is the number one thing I want to talk about here as a leader.
Yep.
Because if I look at some research on this, having emotional intelligence is the biggest quality you need to be a good leader in 2025 and beyond.
How do you know if you've got emotional intelligence?
Well, you cannot judge your own emotional intelligence is the answer to your question.
Yep.
The only way you can get data on your emotional intelligence is to get external stimuli or external feedback. That's the only way you can get data on whether you have good emotional intelligence or not.
Which is fantastic because we are going to speak about giving and receiving feedback in upcoming episodes. If you are a manager and you're very good at managing your own tasks and your team's tasks, but you want to be a leader, at what point do you need to take that next step? And what tips do you have for those people that are stuck in the management role but have bigger aspirations?
So frequently what happens is people get promoted because they're good at a task.
Yep.
But sometimes, Dal, people get promoted to a point of their incompetence. So you're really good at your task, but you get promoted to a leadership position, which involves people, and that begins the struggle. So we need to give people advice, tips, etc., on how to lead their people better. And the biggest tip on leading their people is to understand their people, to spend time with their people, and then not just understand what their job role is, because we do a lot on job descriptions and position descriptions. We have to understand what their accountabilities are. And once we understand their accountabilities, we then need to hold them accountable to their accountabilities. And if they're not achieving those results, coach them. Coach them to get them to help them to achieve their accountabilities.
In the sporting world, we hear about leaders and natural-born leaders and how incredible they are, and they were just always destined to be a captain of a football club, for example. Yeah. Can everybody be a leader, and can you help those people that are stuck in that management position take that next step?
So there's two things I want to comment about here. One is that I think leadership is a choice.
Yep.
It's not a title, and it's not an entitlement. There's a lot of people with leadership titles that aren't good leaders. And so going back to the emotional intelligence comment, we need to make sure that there are 5 pillars of emotional intelligence, and we need to make sure we get better at the fundamental ones, which are self-awareness, self-management, and empathy.
I like that. There's a lot to learn in this particular space, the difference between being a manager and a leader. That'll all be on your website, performanceshift.com.au. My favourite time of the week is your insight to us people that just thrive on quotes. What is your quote of the week, Kirk?
Progress is the drug of success. Not perfection, progress. So frequently reflect on what progress are we making daily, weekly, monthly. Get addicted to progress. That will give momentum and that will get us better results.
Oh, I like the sound of that. A lot to take out of that we can all implement, not only in our business life or our sporting life, but in our life in general. I look forward to hearing more about that. What can we look forward to next week? Speaking about exciting things.
The power of team alignment. We talk about alignment all the time, but what is it made of and how do we become more aligned? Visit performanceshift.com.au and as a first step, take our free mini team assessment to begin unlocking your team's potential. Shift your mindset, shift your performance.